That's right. Back at it again, Full Custom Hot Dog here, and we're doing another movie review. That's right. We're going to be talking about the 2021 film I Care a Lot. It's a Netflix exclusive, another one, as we like to do sometimes here. Directed by Blakeson, someone I'm not too familiar with. It looks like one of the other big films he did was The Fifth Wave. I don't know anything about that. I've seen the cover. I feel like I've seen it in bargain bins, but that doesn't always mean anything. But let me know what you think of that one. If that's a recommend, holla at your boy. I'll pick that up in the Dollar Tree bargain slot over there. But anyways, we're talking about I Care a Lot, like I mentioned, directed by Blakeson and starring Rosamund Pike, who is the person who cares a lot. You might know her as the Gone Girl in the hit film Gone Girl, which is a pretty crazy movie. I feel like there's a few parallels here because of how dark that film is, and this film as well. If you don't know what this is about, well, IMDb says, a crooked legal guardian who drains the savings of her elderly wards meets her match when a woman she tries to swindle turns out to be more than she first appears. So, I won't be getting too spoiler heavy into this film, but you basically have Rosamund Pike's character, Marla Grayson, and her homegirl, Fran, and they run a business where they sort of use the court and legal system to assume guardianship over people, and they kind of slide right in there. It's like if you went to the doctor and suddenly you might have a touch of Alzheimer's. These people end up finding out. They swoop in and they put you in a home, and then they get rid of all of your assets, liquidate you entirely to feed their pockets as well as to pay for your healthcare. It's kind of a terrifying theme. I wasn't sure what this movie was about when I was getting into it. So that feeling of helplessness absolutely terrifies me every time. It just gives me so much anxiety. Other films that I could think of that did that to me were the newer Invisible Man and Unsane. I watched both of those movies in the same weekend and just nearly had a panic attack. I hate that feeling for characters in movies where there's just nothing they can do. And that's what happens to Diane Weist's character. Weist? I don't know how to pronounce it. Jennifer Peterson, that's the character's name. She gets picked up, just swoops. She's living this normal life, going to the movies every day. She's just living it up. She's retired. I think she's like a retired investment banker. And she's going to the movies, hanging out, going to the pool, straight chilling. At which point, Marlo rolls in because she finds out that Jennifer Peterson is sitting on a ton of money and swoops in on her. Now, something happens because they do this to her because she has no family or anything. Or so they think. But she is related to someone who wants her back. And so the film takes a twist. I thought this was going to be about the Jennifer Peterson character maybe trying to get vengeance and going on a murder spree. I actually kind of like that idea. Somebody should make that a movie where an elderly person is maybe stuck against their will in a home, and then they just start blasting, you know? I'd like that. But anyways, this person who wants her back is doing everything in their power to get her back, and it sort of starts to hit a boiling point as those things become violent. I won't say what. Like I said, I'm not going to get too deep into spoilers and talking about the twists and turns because I feel like those should be experienced for you. Don't let me do it. I guess we could talk about it in the comments if you want. But I like this one. There was a point in the first 30, 40 minutes where I was like, this movie's dope. And then the second half, I was like, yeah, this is pretty good. I didn't love it, but I did like it quite a bit. And a very rock solid Netflix exclusive. That whole theme, though, of swooping in, ripping people off, it's gnarly. It's great. And I think it hits a lot of people hard because I think we all have elderly people in our life that were like, yo, if that ever happened to somebody I care about, I'm gonna pop off. So that kind of makes it a little bit of a hard watch. It's kind of interesting to see some of the people talk about this movie as they describe Marla Grayson as an anti-hero because while you hate her, you are kind of rooting for her in a way. I wasn't sure how I felt about her that whole time, and I think that's kind of a good sign. She's morally gray? I mean, her morals are dubious. If she's ripping off these people, ruining their lives to line her pockets, I guess it's kind of hard to say her morals are gray, right? I mean, she would have pretty bad morals or absence of morals. Anyways, I don't want to say I liked her character, but I can't say I wasn't rooting for her to sort of get one over on some of the things that are happening to her. But at the same time, I wanted her to fail all the same. And her character is very cunning, diabolical, of course, and again, ruthless. How else could you do that to these people without exhibiting some of those features, I think, right? So fairly effective at kind of giving us this character that you kind of hate. I don't even know if you love to hate her, but damn, you appreciate the cojones on this woman, you know? So pretty solid flick. And like I said, I'm not going to ruin it. You've got Peter Dinklage in here as well, which is always worth mentioning, and Macon Blair. I bring up Macon Blair in particular. You might know Macon Blair from being in Jeremy Saulnier's movies, you know, Blue Ruin, Green Room. But apparently Macon Blair is the one who's directing the Toxic Avenger remake. That should be interesting because I don't think he's done much directing from what I see. So, everybody, let's keep our fingers crossed, okay? Okay, positive vibes only for that Toxic Avenger movie. But anyways, let me know what you think of this in the comments. I always like to know, and I love to talk about movies, which is why I do this. I am your host, Full Custom Hot Dog. You could follow me on Twitter. It's Full Custom Hot Dog without the last O, because that is just too long for Twitter. So, thank you all for watching, and until next time. If you like what you see,
I love what I see.
Make sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell for notifications so you can watch whatever comes next. And if you like the music you hear, you can follow me on SoundCloud and Spotify. Check the description for links.